In this episode, we have a special guest with expertise in the realm of foresight methods. Join us as we explore how businesses can become future-ready, leveraging the power of future literacy. Discover the keys to strategic foresight and empowering your organization to thrive in an ever-evolving world. Today I'm here with Doro from HYVE. First of all, thanks for being here, Doro. Great to have you. I'd like to start with a personal question, if that is okay with you. What personally motivated you to focus on strategic future topics?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Philip, for the invitation. I'm glad to be here and to talk about one of my topics of my personal passion. And I always had a strong passion for innovation. And since, I think now 12 years, I've been working in the area of innovation and help and support companies across different industries to come up with new products, new solutions, both digital and physical. And what I could observe and discover throughout the years is that companies who have a strong foundation in the area of a vision, or let's say if they have a clear picture of their company, how the company should probably look like in 10 years, it's way easier for them to decide on the right innovation projects. And it's also for the teams who are working in the area of innovation way easier and more structured if they have kind of the frame where they can interact with these new innovation projects. So they will probably be more guided, of course, but it will help them way faster and more efficient to come up with new solutions and also make the right decisions. So that's kind of where I developed that the foresight area, or all methods in the area of foresight, are crucial for the innovation success. And since a couple of years, I really focused a lot on the area of foresight, strategic foresight, creating scenarios, and it's another passion that comes into my life, and I'm really enjoying it a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I think it also fits perfectly with the topics of our current times and of our constantly changing world, like technological advancements, globalization, or social and political change, just to name a few. Maybe it's a big question, but how can companies act in these times?
Yeah, I think we all have been through these dynamic times, and we all could relate to what it kind of makes to us also from a personal perspective. Mm-hmm. And for me, one important aspect is how you're dealing with these kind of situations. Are you more feared of it? Do you kind of paralyzed? You kind of feel burdened? So then, of course, it's way harder to move forward and to see the future as something positive. But if you apply more positive mindset and kind of interact with more curiosity and see the change more as an opportunity to come up and develop something new, maybe better than what we have at the moment, you have a way more or a different perspective on the whole situations and the world. So that's, I think, where foresight also comes into the play, because by applying the right mindset and combining it with methods of foresight, companies are well prepared for the future.
And are there other key success factors for working with future scenarios, aside from the mindset that you already mentioned?
Mm-hmm. So the mindset is kind of, for me, the base, the foundation, so that you are in the right the attitude when it comes to applying it. But of course, it's crucial that you know about the methods, you know how to apply, so let's say all kind of methods in the area of foresight. You need to know them, but you also need to know how to apply it, because each company is different and you need to adapt it to your own needs. So that's one important aspect. The other one is be aware of that it's a very and highly strategic approach. So make sure that you integrate the right stakeholders from the beginning. So you need to have the decision makers on board to have the buy-in, so that whenever we are creating a picture of the future or vision, it is highly strategic. So make sure that it's positioned in the right place at the company, and the right people are involved, at least in the process. That's one important aspect. And the other one is the time horizon. So imagine a future scenario for the next 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years. Uh-huh. it's a huge difference.
Yeah,
so
sure.
if you see it, new technologies, economic trends, social behavior, consumer behavior, 5 or 15 years, it's so different. So you need to make sure that you know and be aware of in which time horizon you're thinking and creating future pictures and scenarios, and let the people know about it, because then you have also a way more, let's say, focused process. I would say these are the main aspects, and maybe I also explained that it's very strategic, but it does not have to be always placed top level. So if you're working in a big corporate, in a big company, chances that you from innovation team manager maybe are able to create future pictures of the whole corporate, it's probably rare. But you can start with product category, business units, and create your picture of the future for your team, for your business unit. And this will also help, again, to move forward in the process of innovation. So it does not always have to be the big picture, but maybe the big picture of your team.
Let's make it a bit more practical now. Do you have a current example of how we can envision working with the scenarios precisely?
I'm actually working also with a company at the moment on one topic in the area of foresight, and it's in the area of entertainment and gambling. So the company is Stadtcasino Baden from Switzerland, and they approached us because they wanted to create different future scenarios for 10 years for the area of gambling industry. And throughout some research, interviews, we came up with the main drivers of the future. So we defined the time horizon of 10 years. And based on what we've learned throughout the research, we could see there are 2 main factors which could influence where the casino world will go to. One is it still focused in the area of gambling? Has this still as a core? Or more towards a whole entertainment area. So entertainment, you have different competitors. You're talking about a different business model when it comes to entertainment. And just with this 1 or 2 different aspects on one factor, you have 2 different scenarios. And the other one is more like, are we still working with traditional gambling mechanism? Or are we including more innovative ones, like using VR, AR, or new technologies to come up with completely new games? And now you have 4 different scenarios in your mind, and you could see these are not the same. They are different, but they might be a little bit extreme from time to time, but they are all possible and plausible. They could happen. And do we know which of these scenarios will happen? No, because that's nothing we are able to do at the moment. We do not know the future, but we can work with it, we can explore it. And by being aware of these 4 different scenarios, the company Stadtcasino Baden are now able to move forward with these.
So let's take it one step further now. Now that the Stadtcasino Baden or any other company has worked out several future scenarios, what's next? So how should companies work with these results?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because it's important to understand that you should not stop with future scenarios. Scenarios are just a framework to help to make the best decisions today. So what we are currently doing with the company is to help them with the road mapping. So defining the needed actions they need to take today, tomorrow, the next 1 to 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, up to 10 years. So make a clear roadmap, and planning on the actions will help the casino and the company to work towards their picture of the future. And throughout the process, it's also important that you also decide where you do not want to go to. So where is your place? But on which aspects or areas you do not want to focus on. Because I also experience with a lot of companies that it's hard to focus. So you want to work and play in a lot of different areas, but to find the focus and define the focus will help to really use all the resources and capabilities in the best way, and to have a clear, let's say, direction for the future.
We talked a lot about the vision and the process for this vision, but I think it's not only about having a vision, but also about having the personal skills to implement this vision. Please correct me if I'm wrong. What do you think, what competencies are crucial to successfully meet the challenges of our ever-changing world?
Yeah, I mean, we talked now a lot about the methods and how to apply, how to create future visions. And what is important to know here is, are you able to develop these scenarios? And here, for me, the term future literacy comes into the play, because it's similar to, or you might wonder what is future literacy? It's similar to reading and writing literacy. Okay. So we learned as a child how to read, how to write. We did not have we do not have the capability right when we were born. We are developing these abilities, and that's pretty similar with futures. So if you are aware of this skill, and I think that's a very important one, it's also defined by the UNESCO as one of the key capabilities and key skills to be future-proof and to be relevant in the future. So I think it's interesting if you want to further develop yourself to maybe deep dive into the area of future literacy. And it's not about knowing the future, because I also told you at the beginning, we do not know how to know the future, but we can explore the future. We can learn how to work with dynamics, with change. And yeah, by just applying future foresight methods, next to that, I see it's important to have the capability. I can tell you it's a lot of fun. Imagine different futures and really bring it to maybe also to your personal life.
Yeah, sounds like it. Doro, thank you so much for your insights and for being here.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
We warmly invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel to receive more exciting content and expert interviews. See you next time.